The Debt Demolisher TV with Sophia Melone.
Hi everyone, it's Sophia Melonē, the Debt Demolisher, here to bring you the tools, tips, and tricks to help you manage your financial baggage the right way. In today's episode, I want to talk to you guys about the treatment of potential crowdfunding. Now, what crowdfunding is those websites that are up like GoFundMe and other sites that are available that can allow people to donate to you for whatever the reason, for whatever the cause. It can be for fundraising initiatives. And what the IRS wants everyone to know and be aware of is that there could be some instances where money that you receive through crowdfunding may be taxable. And here's the key: may be taxable. So the IRS wants taxpayers to really understand what their obligation is as it relates to these things, and what are the benefits that's necessary in order to maintain and keep good record keeping. You guys know that I always talk about record keeping and how important it is. And this is just supporting my argument in that, because not only am I saying it, so is the IRS. So let's talk about a little bit understanding crowdfunding and what it is. So it is a method of raising money through websites, and you're basically soliciting contributions from a larger pool of people. And so the contributions could be soliciting funds for your business, it could be for charitable donations, or it could be for general gifts. Now, we know that each of these categories are different in and of itself. So if it's for funding for a business, we know that that's going to be an exchange of goods and services in some instances, or someone being an investor into your company. It could be for charitable donations, whereby it could be an organization, a 501c3 organization that has a profile set up with these organizations, and they essentially collect on your behalf, or they collect from donors and then they turn it over to the nonprofit. And then gifts could be a general, like if I were to gift you something, or if you were to start a campaign and I donate to you on your behalf. There could be some instances, depending on how it's received, that you may get a 1099-K form for that related to any distributions that was raised. So it depends on the payment processor or the website that's used for the crowdfunding. They may be required to report those detailed distributions on a 1099-K form, which is a payment card or third-party networking transactions form. So it's just essentially, if it meets the criteria, typically that's what happens. And I believe in what they're saying now is based on the American Rescue Act. The clarification that was provided around there is that crowdfunding websites or its processors, payment processors, is not required to file a 1099-K form with the IRS or furnish a copy to you if you do not receive any goods or services for that contribution. So there is a difference. That is the clear distinction between the two. The threshold changed prior to 2022, but in this year, for this calendar year, they're saying that if you received any cash, or if you donated any cash, or if you received any cash from those third parties and it's over $600 and it was in exchange for goods or services, then in that case, it could be subject to that tax. So if you kind of read through here, you'll see a lot of what it's saying related to what the terminology is, what it means if the distributions of money raised are made to the crowdfunding organizer, then a copy of the 1099-K must be furnished to the organizer. And then alternatively, if the distributions of the money raised are made directly to the individuals, then or those businesses, whoever is soliciting the funds, they have to be furnished. The 1099-K has to be furnished to them. So if you are wondering about the tax treatment, how it works, let's just go over that relatively quickly. Under the federal law, gross income includes all income from whatever source derived, unless it is specifically excluded from gross income by law. And so in most cases, income that's excluded from gross income by law is gift income. So if you get gift income, or if you get property that's received as a gift, generally it's not included in gross income to the person who actually received it. So there's a lot of stipulations that can go into that. Some people don't necessarily get the terminology between it. gifted income is not taxable income, because essentially the other person who gifted the money to you can't write it off. So if they can't write it off, then you shouldn't be able to record it as income on your side. So it's trying to like balance out, so to speak, but you guys get the gist. There's a lot to kind of go into this space when it comes to record keeping. Keep your books in order. Make sure that you maintain all of your documentation so that you could always cover yourself.
The Debt Demolisher TV with Sophia Melone. The Debt Demolisher TV with Sophia